Snack time!
Whoop! Torineesan 1 high.
I'm gonna dance by myself like nobody's watching. Don't really care if my rhythm's off, 'cause I'm gonna dance like nobody's watching me. I'm gonna dance by myself like nobody's watching. Don't really care if my rhythm's off, 'cause I'm gonna dance like nobody's watching me. I'm gonna dance, 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 dance. I'm gonna dance, 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 dance. I'm gonna dance, dance, dance like nobody's watching me. I'm gonna dance. I'm gonna dance. I've been trying to cope since you ran away. I've been feeling lost, I've been feeling pain. And no matter what I do, I just feel like I do what I do for you. I tried to call the doctor, it didn't help. Took a trip out to the sun to revive myself. But no matter what I do, I just feel like I do what I do for you. I'm gonna dance, 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 dance. I'm gonna dance, 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 dance. I'm gonna dance, dance, dance like nobody's watching me. I'm gonna dance. I'm gonna dance.
Hello, hi guys, welcome, happy to see you. Hello, hello. Hello, Domo, hello, Flea, thank you so much for a resub. Thank you for 27 months. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Hello there. Hi, Madfish. Hello, Teruin, welcome. Hello, Killjan. Hi, Crab, welcome, Draco. Why there is an additional one there? And why would you shush me when I'm saying hi to people? How dare you? How dare you? It is the most innocent bun ever. Thank you. Hello SW5, welcome, happy to see you. What the band doing? I just started streaming. Hi Potato, welcome, welcome. I want to check why the frick was there an additional thingy floating around there. Item scenes. Let me check. Why the frick was there like additional one somewhere? maybe I can do something. I can do something. Pa 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 pa. There. What is the hotkey? Okay. This, yeah. Why there is additional one? What are... Wait, what are you doing? Why is it... I found it! I got it! Okay. Can I just... Will that work? No. Okay. That's gonna be fun to try to fix. I don't even know how did it happen. Is it... Oh, wait, I know how I can maybe... This one? No, not this one. I may mess up. I may mess up stuff while trying to fix it. Wrong button constantly. Why wrong button? Hi Ariston, welcome, happy to see you. How are you doing today? Hello Nimby the Deadly Nodder, hi VDM, hi Nissi, hi Oli. I'm sorry guys, I'm sorry. It's just, it bothers me why there is an additional one. Okay, so this one stays. This is the funny part. I thought it would be this one. Apparently no. Okay, so I'm so confused. Wait a second. I have to check something. And yes, Garfield is yelling in the background. Indeed. There's actually two things that I should check. One thing, you work perfect. Second thing, how do you... Okay. I am so confused right now. Is it this one? No. That's gonna be fun to... search for. Oh no. Do I really have to do it this way? Can't we like do it differently? Nope, not that one either. Oh no. But I need an emote that perfectly captures my evil smile whenever I use shush. I don't think we have one yet, no. Hi Kanako, Ruby, welcome, happy to see you hiding today. I managed to get to your stream for the first time, glad to be here, awesome! Happy to hear you were able to hop in. I might have to do this after stream. Cause I'm gonna be honest, that's gonna annoy me, but it's fine. I'm gonna try to find this on the stream, after stream. Doing alright? Yeah, but I'm sorry, my cats decided that it's 0.7 p.m, so it's time to zoom. Of course. The most mischief emote there is still. Oh, true, there is the smug emote. So many shushes? Nah. I guess I'm asking everyone, are you doing okay? Are you okay? Nah. I'm sorry. Today this song was stuck in my head for some reason. I don't even know why. I may or may not have banished my wallet to the Shadow Realm. It was worth it though? Wait, if it was worth it, I understand. I don't necessarily banish my wallet very oftenly, because I have captain who tells me, no, don't banish your wallet. So I don't actually do that. Is it Alien Ant Farm you're singing to? No, it was the Michael Jackson song. It was the... Yeah. Did I miss something? Yes. No, I don't know. I don't know. Every time I see that smug face, I'm physically recalling to prepare for a pan. Smooth Criminal. Yeah, it was Smooth Criminal. Yeah. Animal Farm is the cover band that made metal rock cover. Oh. No, I don't think I thought about that one. I was thinking about the original. I'm sorry. I don't listen to covers of songs I like. I don't do that very often, unless it's like a VTuber cover. Then yeah, it happens, of course, or something like that. Hi Venti, welcome. Happy to see you. How are you doing today? Hi. When I see that face, I just read the Onager. Smug Criminal. That would be me. I can be smug. Well, wait a second. Wait, I can be smug, I swear. Wait a second. There, I can be smug. Hey. Why, Crab? Why do you put a clown on me? I'm not a clown, I swear. Freaking hell. Either an Onager or a Trebuchet. Ooh. Tori mastered the smug for the shorts. Well, no, for the shorts, I mastered that! Stop it! I'm not a baby! Sorry, your tempo was kind of fast, so I saw Alien Ant Farm. Wait, if I remember correctly, MJ's was slower compared to the cover. Possible. I'm not very good at singing, okay? So it is possible. I didn't read this alphabet, so Captain will have to mute it on YouTube again. For some reason, I'm always late for the streams. Always get best timing, I guess. No, that's fine. Being smug about being smug. Good job, yeah. Excuse me, guys. I'm trying to work here. Thank you. I'm sorry, my cats are going crazy. This redeem should be renamed from love to Captain's hate. Why Captain's hate? I mean, yeah, sure, that's true. That's what I should do. Thank you, Potato and Flea, for the lurkies. I appreciate it. Thank you. Is it really work? Wait, what works? What works? Confusion. The cats being cats. Who could have predicted that? Yeah, they are being cats. They are just zooming. I mean, to be completely honest, I'm actually happy that they are zooming. I'm very happy that Garfield is zooming with Dahlia, because it means that he's A, first more relaxed, and B, he is coming back to normal with relations towards Dahlia. So that's good. Yes, trust me, we have no free time or day offs. Yeah, not many. Hi, Hypogreen, welcome, happy to see you. How are you doing today? Your favorite rabbit? Oh my goodness, your favorite. Cats do be cats sometimes, other times they're just jerks. My cats are not jerks. Well, Garfield can be a jerk, but I think he has underlying troubles, and that's why. That you said you're working, but is it really work, especially when chat is present? Yes. Yes, it is a lot of work. So, no grudge, good. It seems like currently we are able to rebuild their relations. It's still kind of trouble between the Garfield and Mochi. We're still working on that one. Garfield and Dahlia is fine. Like they are back to their normal selves together, and everything is okay. Dahlia and Mochi are getting closer actually than previously, so I'm very, very happy about that one. And Mochi and Garfield, we have to work a bit more because their misunderstanding are something freaking else, dude. Like, Mochi doesn't speak cat. Definitely work because you have to have a public person on. It's not only I have to like, well, how to put it? I perform during streams, right? Basically. It's kind of a performance. It's not necessarily that I'm lying or putting specific persona or anything, but it's definitely a performance. And I gotta be entertaining, dude. I gotta be entertaining. Otherwise you will leave me. And I will be sad. She's an actor. Yeah, I'm an actor. No, guys, this is literally how I speak on the daily. Good! Good! How dare you? Not that type of actor. Imagine dealing with a bunch of people who could very easily one-shot your entire career because of one wrong word. Can we not do that? Can we not? I would appreciate it. Oh my god, my favorite VTuber is online. Hi, Buster, welcome. Happy to see you. How are you doing today? Hi. I'm slightly anxious, but I think it's because I was drinking black tea today, and I usually do not drink black tea. I drink white tea, but at work I didn't brought my tea, and I have only white and green, and I prefer black. White and green, my goodness. Black and green, and I prefer black. So I had to drink it, and now my body is like, I don't feel good about that one. But otherwise, I'm fine. I am okay. If you're an actor in a movie, would watch that movie as a full price and popcorn. Popcorn! The butter one, right? Like the one with salt and butter. Sounds tasty. Wait. It's a persona. Wait, does it mean you're not an actual rabbit? No, I'm a rabbit. Don't mind about that. I'm a rabbit. I'm a dream rabbit. Actually, a dream bunny. She's a melatonin bunny? Yes. We change when we are aware of camera watching us. From reality, I think they saw that it took 3 or so days before this stopped. Oh yeah, that's normal. Also, yeah, you know, I definitely speak like that in real life. Definitely. That's absolutely how I speak. If you're, I drink coffee daily, and if I drink tea, it's usually always Brazilian lingo or algo. I drink coffee, but I mostly drink weak coffee. But I do love coffee, and I do drink it daily. With tea, I just drink weak and caffeine teas, so that I don't over-caffeinate myself, because that does raise an anxiety, and I have enough anxiety in my life. I don't need more. I do not need more of that. So sweet dreams or nightmares, rabbit? Dreams. Nightmares is a real job. Yeah, you guys call her Fox Lady, which is absolutely makes me laugh because she's a Black Panther, but it's fine. This place is so charming, chill, awesome. Thank you for the bunny, Chief. I appreciate it. Prefer green or red? Never heard of white. Now I'm curious. I never drank red. I drink rooibos, or I drink white tea. Yeah. I know. To make movie style popcorn, so I'm set on the front. Awesome. I don't just know how to make popcorn. Just, you know, butter, pot, popcorn in, salt in, and we have popcorn. I love that. Imagine drinking coffee to wake up, sip soda. It does help me a little bit, just a little bit though. Coffee, but I add a teaspoon of chocolate powder. Oh, that sounds tasty. I didn't do that. The kitty cat nightmare? Yes, the kitty cat nightmare. She wasn't on Twitch for a long time. I'm thinking when and what she could do in approximate future. It's a good idea. We have cinnamon sugar to add on top. Yeah, we like make frappe milk and then sprinkle it with the little cinnamon powder. I love it. Imagine waking up. Couldn't be me. I'm not Brazilian, I'm Danish, but Brazil is good with fruits and stuff, you know. Ooh. I really love your voice, Tori. It's so charming, calming, and I could totally do ASMR. Several people told me that I could do ASMR. I just don't think it's the type of content I know how to do, because I don't watch ASMR I'm not an ASMR enjoying, and I don't think I want to attract audience of ASMR because I know that it may or may not be slightly not the one that I'm going for. But several people told me that I could do ASMR somehow. Coffee with cocoa powder is great. Ooh, yes. Bring her back for the Warhammer games for when you become heretical. I mean, it could work. She would love chaos. She would love freaking Slanesh. She would probably get along with her. Tea drinkers unite. There are too many coffee lovers in the chat. Oi, I'm a tea lover as well. Actually, I dislike ASMR. It makes me anxious, not relaxed. For me, it depends. It depends on the type. I'm not... you're in the West? No, I think I'm in the East, right? Yeah, I'm in the East Europe. Neither do I watch ASMR, but I need to compliment you and I couldn't think of anything else. No, that's okay. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I drink coffee with tea bags in it and Monster Energy instead of water. I'm heretical. You are heretical. Oh my god. What the frick is that combination? That sounds very scary. Hello there, Bjorn. Welcome. Happy to see you. How are you doing today? Hi, hi. I'm opening the video. Please don't start. Thank you. Let me stop the music. NANI? Ah! What you nani me for? Nobody loves a grandfather Nurgle, yet he loves you freely. I won't stand for this. Why are you failing me? What's happening? Oh, hello there. Stop for the county. Welcome. Happy to see you. How are you doing today? I don't really do ASMR. I don't feel one way or the other about it. My goodness, what is happening with the freaking redeems? Which kind of coffee? Which kind of coffee? Why do you put hoodie on me? I mean, it says chilly today, so it's fine. Okay, let me hop into the gaming. Let me hop into the gaming. There's an energy equivalent of 5 coffees in 1 cup. That sounds scary. Winter is coming. Winter is coming, my goodness. I saw your pinball museum, the WW2 museum, and oh my goodness. I don't know any of these museums, actually. I have no idea. No, that's okay, Buster. No worries. We try to not really discuss this. I'm good. Wear a crab. What has he done? You made her even cuter. Yes, there is a hoodie. Also, actually, I don't think anyone, you didn't guys saw that many times this one, but I can also put my hood up if I want. And I can have a gamepad. Look at me.
Hi, everybody's Torineesan. Hi.
Hi, Rumful. Thank you so much for 9 months. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. I get it. Don't want her to get stalked. There's some sick people out there. Yeah, that's basically it. I just safety, safety, man. 5 coffees. The hood goes up. Wait, that's so cute. Yes, it does. Look at that. My hood goes up. I can have my hood up if I want. I do only one majority of the time, and I can be happy. I can be very sad. If you guys are making me, this is what you guys do when you bully me. Yes. You wouldn't bully us, right? You wouldn't do this. Yeah. Oi! Why you bully? Sure, I wouldn't. You would. Boop. Is that puppy eyes? That's not fair. It is fair. I can also do this. If chat is misbehaving, I can be angry at chat. Yeah, you better behave, chat. But like you were the cat boss. Thank you. No nibbles! No nibbles!
Flea Jean Hirsch gifted Poldy 2,344 a subscription.
Thank you so much for gifted sub, Ifly. Appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Well, I function better with sugar. I understand that. Bully bad must protect cuteness. Yeah, no bully. No bully. Hello, Heretical Nerd. Welcome. Happy to see Heart doing today. Glad I will. Hi, Bogdan. Welcome. Happy to see Heart doing today. To watch first Rimworld now. Warhammer, guys. Yeah, I play the Warhammer games. If you like Warhammer, you should try Dragon Age Inquisition. It's a fantasy roleplay action RPG. Oh yeah, Captain was telling me about it several times to try it. I remember. Captain really wanted me to try it. I play female always because, you know, girl power. Ew, elves? What do you mean, ew? I must learn elves. What's wrong with elves? No, I just got sent a cute dog photo. I wouldn't never bully Tori, especially in critical moment of a fight. Of course not. Pro bricks at bullies, yeah. On an unrelated note, who wants some barbecue? I hate you. I hate you, crap. It's always gonna stay here. I was holding my teeth clutched so much that my jaw hurts. Oh, be careful, be careful. Armacon destination Snoke House, they got the best. What that? What's wrong with elves? They exist and that's a crowd. Why? Okay, listen guys, listen. I was told to try elves in Total War Warhammer 3 because apparently it's a beginner friendly faction. I just wanted to learn about elves. But am I gonna Okay, how badly do we hate elves? Do we hate elves as much as Bretonnian or or are they a bit better? Are they slightly better? That's going to the book. Yeah, they easy, okay. One day when I can hunt with you again, I will do it again in the big bad fight. Of course you will. Of course you will. Okay, but we don't hate elves more than Bretonnians, right? We don't do that. Whoa, let's not go Bretonnian. Elves might be elves, but they're at least not friends. Okay, there we go, thank you. So we're fine. It's not as bad as if I started with Bretonnia, okay? We're good. Right? Yeah, good. Elves don't have beer, it's crime. They have wine? Question mark? I don't know how elves are in Warhammer and Dragon Age. They are oppressed but magical and wise people, and they 25% range defense at the beginning, which is a lot. Her Sims versus elves with the hard E. Which elf do you choose? The mother of the all elves, the prince of how to tame the dragon, or whatever. I think I was recommended High Elves or the mother of all elves. I think that it was between those two that was the best options. Bone Joe, Madame Mouse. Don't worry, Dragon Age Inquisition is good and beginner friendly, and there's fewer classes than Dungeons and Dragons. Oh, I know D&D a lot, so I'm fine with more. Hi, Anima, welcome. Happy to see Hearting today. Sounds of angry dwarf. Okay, that makes sense. Hey, look, a Metal Gear Solid emote. Yep. I support DRG position on the elf situation. Slaanesh, mother of all D&D bards. Oh my gosh. Yes, they have wine as trade good. Okay, then they have some alcohol. Lord of the Rings, but actually doing their part and keep the world together while being depressed. Oh, really? Yeah. Good evening, Baron. Welcome. Happy to see how you're doing today. Is Accurate Tori having a nap? I don't have a nap right now, but sometimes I do nap. I would argue Tomb Kings as a beginner-friendly faction. They just keep the economy part of the game. Isn't learning the economy part is actually useful? Are you winning, Tori? No, we didn't start the video. I'm actually losing to yapping. I support Grom Hollowed be his griff going over there and bring them down a notch. Hello there, General Dragon. Welcome. Their wine is nothing compared to Dwarf beer, though. I don't know. I don't like either most of the time. I like wine only that is sweet. Or maybe they are don't remember, haven't seen Lord of the Rings in 3 games. Not 3 games, 3 years. What am I saying? I didn't saw Lord of the Rings in 3 games. I was wondering what you mean by that. What's that time frame? They have other issues like being squashed from every side and not having armies. I just want you to know that you suggesting Tori should play elves is going into the book. But wine is not beer, just like how beer is not as grand as the god of all alcoholic beverages, mead. Bards in D&D be like, you have problems with dragon? No, well, I can fix that. This is the funny part. I played several bards in D&D and never had that issue. Never had that issue. Yes, but they get their armies back very quickly. Model? Oh, it fixed? What happened to Model? Did it barked? There's always Kislev vodka. Oh, of course, there must be Kislev vodka. Of course, of course. Sorry to leave, but I'm gonna play Dragon Age. No problem, have fun, have fun. As much as I hate to say it, but one of my favorite characters to play is in Warhammer is Alberic of Bertha. I don't know how to explain it. Oops. I'm in heaven defending the city from the Elder. Mlo was mid-arming for a moment there. Oh yeah, I can see that. Ooh, what's happening? Helder Nova Higuma, welcome. Happy to see you. How are you doing today? I'm here to learn about lore. Let's go. Me too. And hello there, Chini Tongas. Welcome. Happy to see you. How are you doing today? Electro counts. Oh my goodness. Of alcohol that I tried, vodka is the worst. I never tried it, and I don't want to try it. Okay, let's start the video. Let's start the video because I have been blabbering for half an hour. Let's start the video. It's be fun to edit into the video. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting, eh? Let's do this.
Whatever am I to do when it's time to...
Wait, it's way too loud. I was wondering if it's gonna be way too loud, and it is way too loud. Oh, no, that's not what I want. There. Broken audio? Okay. Okay. Well, it didn't do that in some time, so sounds compressed like a fitted bed into a showbox compressed. This... I know it's an issue. I cannot fix this. I would need money. It has to wait a bit. Actually, I'm gonna have to talk with Captain after stream, but yeah. Okay. Slanesh is wholesome. I never heard a biggest lie in my life. That's the most contradicting sentence I have ever heard. Money, you say? Is Madfish here? No, Madfish, leave Madfish alone. He already threw at me a lot of money. Let Madfish live. He needs money for himself. Nyekbar, hello, welcome. Boop. I'm already checking around. Stop it! Don't. Okay, fine. No, that doesn't matter. Let's just watch the video. I said nothing.
So many factions, so little time. Whatever am I to do when it's time to choose? There's always All Reliable. He's never let me down. Franz can never let you down. If the campaign goes bad, it's you letting him down. But no. Sometimes I don't want to live...
Wait. Does it mean I should never play him because I will let down everyone? But, okay, we guys leave this boy for like a very last so I don't let down everyone. We must learn before we let down people. But...
Hi Tori, You checking out the elf simp himself? Scarven for the win.
Hi, thank you so much for the 10 CHF. I don't actually know which currency it is, but thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yes, we're learning about elves because I was told to try starting with elves. So that's what we're doing. Thank you so much for the super. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Swiss. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it so greatly. Thank you so much. Swiss franc. Thank you, Lucas. I appreciate. Thank you. Look how he has a sword. Oh no. No, there is no pattern with the Borg mic. It's just the machine spirit is not with this motherboard anymore. It's losing the machine spirit. That's it. Okay, okay, we don't let down this boy.
With all that pressure on me, the entire old world resting on my shoulders, that's a lot to take in. And I have to start the game bordering the Bretonians. How gross is that? No, sometimes I want things to be a bit more relaxed. A little bit easier on in the early games, since Festus isn't breaking down my door to defecate all over the elector counts. Just Nakari and some Druki, hardly anything worth worrying about. And to continue not only the elf simping, but my addiction to the Total War series, how about we sit down and discuss the finer points of playing the High Elves? Because to completely ignore everything I just said, I want the world to rest on my shoulders. Only this time,
like elves also are kinda there to like save everyone, eh? so
rest on my shoulders, and I have pointier ears while it does so. I have no idea what I'm on about. This intro has been all over the place, and I'm not changing any of it. Let's learn how to play the pointy ears.
Pointy ears. I take his point. I'm sorry, it was bad.
The High Elves of Ulthuan, or the...
He also uses Rimworld music. Of course he is. Of course he freaking is. The AoE music is a bit distracting. I'm a bad at watching videos, okay? See, I'm sorry. Learning about knifers, yes. So this is where... Oh yeah, I forgot that they're called knifes. Oopsie.
Yasur are High Elves, and really that's all there is to it. Pointy ears, they're incredibly good at magic, and indeed good at pretty much everything they set their minds to, because when you can practice something for 300 years straight, you damn well better be an expert.
Yeah, I have to say it, but if you're practicing for 3,000 years and you're not good at something that you're practicing for 3,000 years, maybe it's time to stop. Just maybe, you know. A word of advice.
And as is the case with all elves, they're arrogant beyond measure and are on their way to exiting the mortal plane for good. Only in...
No. They're not arrogant, they're just depressed. There is a difference.
Instead of it being like Tolkien, where their time has come and they're just leaving, they're instead just having to constantly deal with the world's problems. When the world's problems look like this, it's no wonder they're dying.
Do you mean cool and the huge hammer? I don't see the point. At least they're cool world problems, right? Right? They look cool. Yeah.
But by the grace of Asurian, they are not going gentle into that good night. Their history stretches back to the beginning of the Warhammer world.
Frogs! Wait. What do frogs have to do with elves? Interesting.
When the old ones first showed up, they started making races to find the best way to combat chaos. The elves were first. They were gifted the paradisical island of Ulthuan to live on, which, interesting fun fact...
Wait, so elves have been created first? Oh. I know that ogres were last? That's why they stupid? Or was it ogrins? Those are always mixing up in my head. Leaf lovers. Oi! Women fight with swords, men fight with cannon. Ogre equals fantasies. Ogren equals for 40k. Okay, so ogres were the last ones. That's why they're not finished. Hi there, Anna. Welcome. Happy to see how you're doing today. The elves were made very early on and even got to chat with the old ones time to time. Oh! They got to chat with them? That's awesome. Skavens for the win? Nope. Ogres and halflings were last and unfinished. Okay, I see. So those two were last. Okay. And these ogres were half done into perfection. Half done. They were almost there. Almost there. They just ran out of time slightly. Kinda looks like heart. It kinda does look like heart. They loved elves. This is definitely why this island looks like that. They are to be loved. Also, hi Zedux, happy to see you. I can see the issue. Humans aren't too worried about problems. 100 years later, they are long gone by then. When they live forever, a problem sometime in the future is something they have to deal with themselves. Yes. Snacks for Dream, Tori? Yeah, snack for Tori. What is Skaven they talk about? It'd be rats. Yeah. Ogres are perfection. I see. Of course they are. Of course they are. I'm sorry. For Old One creations, it went lizardmen, elves, dwarves, humans, then ogres. So lizards were first and then there was elves, or first was elves and then lizards? I'm getting conflicted information. There are no human-sized rats? No, of course no.
Is more of a land boat because it doesn't stretch to the bottom of the sea. Rather, it floats on the ocean by the power of magic. Unfortunately for the Old Ones, while the elves had a mastery of magic matched only by themselves and their Slan servants, the elves were too fragile and vulnerable to corruption for their liking. But the Old Ones weren't one for genocide, ignoring all those races.
Yeah, they just, you know what, they decided that if something isn't perfect, they can just leave it there and create a new one. It's fine. And the elves didn't talk to the Old Ones, only the first of the Slan did, and the Slan then thought the elves magic. Oh, no such thing as Skaven? Someone a witch hunter? No such thing as Skaven. Of course not. First, the lizards, they committed the required genocides to have space for the other races. Oh, okay, so the lizards were first. Okay. Lizards were made to exterminate all life and conquer the planet for the other races the Old Ones would make. Disruption humanoids, not human-sized rats. Very different, of course. Was the lizards first, and after the extermination wars, then the elves. Oh, so like, okay, the lizards were like the 0-1. So the, have you heard of the master romantic and the gigachat Vlad von Kreschen? Yes, I have heard about him. Okay, so basically, lizards were the level 0 and elves were level 1. Okay.
The lizardmen wiped out, whose lore starts and ends with the lizardmen wiped them out. So they let the elves chill on Ulthuan, and that was that. For a while, the elves just lived in paradise. They had armies, sure, but never used them. What was the need, after all? Chaos wasn't here yet. Until suddenly it was, and then they swiftly learned that their armies were actually kinda dog shit. The Old Ones pissed off and left the planet, and it was up to the elves and lizardmen to fight chaos, them being the only ones capable of doing so at the time. The early Tomb Kings and their gods cleaned up Nehekara, but that was about it. Dwarves probably could help too, but in proper dwarf fashion, they just closed the doors to the mountains and waited it out.
Of course the dwarves are so... nope, we going back inside. Fuck that. Hi, Sabah, welcome. Happy to see you harding today. Oh, hello. Ollie, no problem. Have fun playing some games.
In the center of Ulthuan, the elves created the Vortex to drain away magic from the world so demons would stop showing up every couple of seconds.
Oh, so they are grabbing the magic so demons have no entrance. I see. Thank you for the hat, but why do I blush? I don't... Stop! No, I'm not blushing. No, stop it! You will make people think that I'm blushing at the headpots or at the elves. No, that's not how this works. Doris looked outside and went, no thanks. Yeah. I have been played.
Become more.
I have been played. Thank you for the hydrate. Yeah, the vortex is basically the shower drain, but for magic. I see. Proper dwarven fashion. Big problem, but not my problem. Exactly. Big problem. Not my problem.
I'm in danger.
You may be in danger indeed.
They also had one particularly interesting individual named Anarian amongst themselves. He made his mark on history by killing demons. While plenty of people in the Warhammer world have done such a thing, he was really extra super good at it. It helps that he grabbed the sword of Cain, because Cain in Warhammer Fantasy has a habit of leaving his shit all over the place and hoping someone picks it up so they can kill elves with it. Between the Vortex and Anarian, the world was saved in a resounding elven victory. And all it cost was millions of lives and the North and South Poles being permanently rendered corrupt by chaos.
Yeah, they won, but at what cost? But welcome back, Potato, welcome back. Ah yes, the Great Vortex, the glorified magic exhaust pipe of the world. Towards philosophy when things go wrong. Screw you guys, I'm going home. Chaos unlocked. No, it should be 2 new locations unlocked. Chaos.
Resounding elven victory. Now, in order to get to the part where I talk about gameplay in this video about a video game, let's speedrun the rest of High Elf history. Anarian had some kids with the Everqueen, thought all of them died, but they didn't actually, since he thought they...
Wait, who? Who had kids with her? Oh no, Dark Times when Chaos was in the Horde.
Died, though. Anarian slept with an elven woman named Dami Mami Marathi. Promise that's definitely her real name. And then he died. I guess he just kind of disappeared, but functionally he's dead. They had a kid named Malekith, who was a cool guy and was friends with the Dwarf High King at the time. I already made a video on him, so go watch that for his full story. But
Stop
he decided...
following me. Play the call, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to my comfy space. Happy Enjoyers Day. Let's go! We have reached 2,700 followers on Twitch. Thank you, thank you. You can now play as Chaos. Oh yeah, Super Chaos Galaxy. Yoo-hoo! Death by Snoosu was strong with this woman. Seriously, Death by Snoosu was something. And Anarian, the guy good at killing demons. Oh, that... Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't hear his name. Chaos waits on both sides of the planet. Yep. Glory to the dark gods. No.
That he wanted to be the Phoenix King of the High Elves, so he made the current one drink poison.
Yeah.
Then he lit himself on fire and declared civil war on the rest of the elves.
Okay, can I have an explanation on why he lit himself on fire? What was the point of that? I went and grabbed a poet because I saw you were almost there. Ah, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
He lost, tried to explode the entire world,
Cause Edge, of course.
Succeeded but then failed, and then ran away with a mountain boat. His pornstar mother also went with him. The High Elves explored the world and were still friends with the dwarfs, and indeed they colonized...
Wait, why are we looking at British soldiers? Edgy boy, of course. The fire belongs to the elf god king, and they do it to get the god's blessing. Oh! He walked through sacred flames to prove he was worthy. The elf god didn't agree and turned on friendly fire, literally. Yeah, the gods didn't agree. You can... So we'll now be going to Lurk. No worries, Lurk. Have fun, Lurkies. The elder god Azurn chooses his worthy champion by having the champion walk into a fountain of fire. If they are unburned, they are true champion. Was this the Phoenix guy? I'm a bit distracted. Kind of, yes. Now the British. What a great movie. I don't think I've watched that movie. I didn't watch war movies. Ritual to step in a magic fire, he failed. The fire thing was a ceremony to become Phoenix King, but he bailed at this last second. Oh, he bailed! Because the elves started to colonize things? Oh. Okay, that makes sense.
A good chunk of it, like colonial Britain, just with pointier hats. Then Malekith did a little prank we like to call a false flag attack and caused a war between the High Elves and the Dwarves. It also helps that the Phoenix King in charge at the time was the biggest idiot in any of the Warhammer settings to date. Anarian's original kids came back, and they formed the family lineage that would ultimately result in Tyrion and Teclis. Dwarves and High Elves kick the shit out of each other, and it's just generally not a great time to be a dwarf or a High Elf. From this point on, the Dwarves and High Elves were in a state of near constant decline. High Elf history in particular goes in the following pattern for the most part after this. The High Elves have a brief moment of peace to start thinking about recovering from the last major catastrophe. Some massive world-ending threat occurs that the Asur must sail out to deal with. The High Elves deal with it. Malekith invades Ulthuan and kills a bunch of High Elves before he's repulsed, and then rinse and repeat for about 6,000 years.
why can't we kill Malekith? The little edgy boys, why is that not a possibility? Unblock Captain, thank you so much for the hello, welcome. Thank you. I'm glad to hear you like. Never got into fantasy the same way I did with 40k. I don't know a lot of fantasy lore. Maybe someday, yes. Because he always comes back. So he's like a roach. He's the Roach King! Is that what he is? Because then the story wouldn't happen. Like that one purple guy. Once saw a Final Fantasy VII shirt at a party store. Because he is Parahars on his own, despite being Malekith, Roach King. I guess he is kind of nasty. Because plot armor. Important note, the war between elves and dwarves started because dwarf diplomat had his beard shaved against his will. Yes, I remember that it went into the book. Forever. Magic Darth Vader armor is why he's tough. Because Malekith is too stubborn to die. Because he's strong. New to the channel, follow you because you like Warhammer. Yes, I do like Warhammer. Because he's ridiculously strong and an amazing mage. Ooh, I see. Grimgor will always be the Chad. Okay, so Malekith is basically roach. Noted.
Till modern times, that is. With the world in even greater danger than ever before, the Asura set about to try and actually permanently fix the problems they face. Teclis went to set up the colleges of magic in the Empire because he's a cool dude like that. Finnebar, the current Phoenix King of the Elves, has begun friendly relations with the dwarfs once again. And was even allowed into
After how many? 6,000 years, you said? Yeah, I think it's a good time to actually talk out the issues. I think it's a good time. Yeah. Enough time passed. Yeah, we good now. Is real? Their entire problem between dwarves and elves is because of facial hair? Yes, literally. Someone shaved a dwarven beard, and that's the issue between elves and freaking dwarves. The biggest and the greenest.
Karak, which is insane. He has the honor of being the first elf to have Bugman's Ale, which I would kill to try. Tyrion is doing his best Daenerys impression and stabbing every conceivable enemy to death, which is good because there are a lot of them. And Alariel is combining My Little Pony with Doom by murder.
Yeah, My Little Pony. Wait. With Doom, you say? Not so many rainbows anymore, eh?
During the ever-loving shit out of Chaos with the power of love and this big stick she found.
Yeah! The power of love shall always win against Wait a second. Ciotto Doesn't that sound like Slanesh a bit? Just a tiny bit? Just a tiny itty bitty bit? I feel like it does. Oops! She loves to pick up the Sword of Cain in every campaign. She's like, my shtick. I shall fight with it. This glowy shtick is fun.
But can they do it? Well, that's up to you now, isn't it? Now for the lore pros of playing the High Elves. If you like elves, these are the elfiest elves. They're super duper elves, much like every trope in Warhammer is taken to the extreme.
Their
mages can unmake armies, their sword masters take the weight of their eyelashes into account when practicing sword swings, and they're arrogant in a way that only comes about by earning every single drop of said arrogance. If that sentence bothers you, consider that it's my channel, and I get to simp for the elves on my channel. Seriously though, do you want to play as elves that actually earn their arrogance? Because like elves or not, you gotta admit these guys put the work into earning their pride. Well, yes, the lizards helped. It was the elves who ultimately created and maintained the only thing draining magic from the world and keeping demons from manifesting where they want.
We should respect the elves. We should respect the elves. Ravenpuff, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to my comfy space. Hope you enjoy your stay. Hi. Man has his priorities straight. It's them to simp. Yes. All I said when I read the ending for the end times was a big F you to Manfred. Why? Why? You don't ask why anymore. You sit and cry. That's all we can do.
They survived for thousands of years, not only defending against, but outright destroying countless threats to both themselves and the world as a whole. Dragons have chosen them specifically as their best friends for life, aside from Miss Cold and Aloof over in Not China. If nothing else, that last one has to explain it. If a dragon decided that you were its best friend, you'd have an ego the size of Texas. Do you like fantasy names to an almost unhealthy
Guys, how do I befriend a dragon? I would like to befriend a wagon. We heard about the end times, not fun times, not fun times. I respect elves as a component of enriching soil. Just because the elves did this on one thing does not mean I will respect them. Ask Imric? Okay, I shall ask Imric. Offer a bunny to the dragon? No, wait, stop, no! The end times did indeed end.
To degree, because
We should respect the elves. Looks at canon named respect. No! Meat and shiny things. Okay, I can provide shiny things at meat. That's doable, doable, doable. Just be precious. Dragons like that, I think. Ascaria, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Have a miserable day, cause High Elves. No, why you? No, how could you? What elves? Respect, yes. I still think Bunny is best offering. No, I have been debated. Given the chance of an arrogant elf crossing my path, I would probably give them a free facial reconstruction. I have always been on the side of the dark elves, even the edgelord Malekith. My little poor heart. End times could have been cool, but there was a lot of dumb stuff and the writers were not on the same page, and there was no proper outline.
as if so, well, first of all, I get it. Naming things in silly make-believe languages is great.
Yeah.
But second of all, you'll love the High Elves more than anyone. They live on the island of Ulthuan, led by Finnabar the Seafarer and Alariel the Everqueen, and all sorts of other fun fantasy names exist to the point that it's almost fun to play a High Elf campaign just for that reason. I love
That just kind of sounds like a Tolkien universe, and you know what? I'm here for it. I'm happy that this is the starting faction I was told to try. None of these folks can even compare to Grandfather. Remember, always offer the bunny as the sacrifice. Why always offer a bunny? Don't offer the bunny.
the Empire of Man, but sometimes I want my fantasy setting to have fantasy elements in it, not just be aggressively German at me. And
What now? Why aggressively Germanian? Where did that one come from?
Lastly, if you want to be the good guys, the High Elves are a pretty solid contender for that. Warhammer Fantasy is in general a lot more morally black and white than 40k, which is fitting to me with it being a fantasy setting and all. It's still Warhammer, so yeah, the High Elves do some pretty fucked up stuff from time to time, but at the very least it comes across as either one crazy guy going way too far, or something they really don't want to do but see no other option. Which is different to 40k because a lot of people there are just hateful assholes.
I do really feel like 40k is much more grim than fantasy, and I think it's mostly because of space stuff and like future stuff. I feel like that just always makes things like that more grim than like, well, look at this pretty fairy forest when some elves live and they have unicorns. You know? Spaceships, unicorns. Spaceships? Unicorns. You never see spaceships that are pink, but you see a pink unicorn. Everything in the Empire of Men is aggressively German-inspired. Oh no! It's kinda like the HRE. To be fair, the Empire of Men is inspired by the Holy Roman Empire, which was just German and Northern Italy, referring to fantasy Warhammer. Hey. We did. Emperor's Children, do they have a pink... Okay, do they have pink ships or are they still gray and sad? I'm asking about the ship, not about their armor though. No, the pretty Marines are loyalists. They're just vampiric loyalists, right? Because of their Primarch being dead? Okay, Aztecs were also part of HRE, but we are represented with all other Slavs by Kislev. I see. Oh, that's the Blood Angels. Oops. Tori, have you seen the Mark Chaos cinematic? I don't think so. Emperor's children's ship are colored in censored and redacted colors with a splash of oh good heavens. Lol. 30k was crazy though. I don't know 30ks. Just feel like they gave up the ending for end times and just decided to kill everyone. Warhammer 40k is more grim because billions upon billions of people just die every day and people are just like, welp, yep, that's literally what happens there. Inspired me like, okay, copy my homework but change something so it's not obvious. Yeah. Actually, here's the thing. In Warhammer, unicorns tend to guard sacred places and are fully prepared to gore people that it doesn't think should be there. Yes, but it's still gonna look graceful and beautiful while doing so. Yeah, they completely forgot a number of beloved characters, messed up others, and deleted the lizardmen without them doing much. Pff, lol. Oh, good heavens, don't you mean Emperor save us, heretic? Heretic. I am a heretic. We have way too many heretics in chat. Also, there is ad break on Twitch, so I can also catch up on chat slightly.
Stop following me.
Non-stop Jazz, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to my comfy space. Hope you enjoy your stay. Hi. Bob! TTS-kun? It's your turn?
I wish to share a reminder for everyone. MMORPG means mostly men online role-playing girls and girl means guy in real life. We're all dudes. Stay safe.
Thank you so much for 5 USD. I appreciate it. Thank you. We're all dudes, guys. Remember, all VTubers are just 40-year-old dudes with a voice changer. I'm using voice changer. I'm sorry.
Drink water. Become more.
Thank you for the hydrate. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just a 40-years old dude with voice changer. That's just how it is with VTubers. That's it. And yes, like us, I have been deceived. Yes, all those voice chat in the Discord, all of it is just an act. I have never been a female. I have a huge.
Stop following me.
Albo Captain Toby, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to my coffee space. I hope you enjoy your stay. You're a man, even better. Let's go. You have a huge what? Nothing.
I'm in danger.
I mean, what else would a VTuber be if not a 30-year-old man? We all know women don't exist. Exactly. Female are not on the internet. What are you talking about? Yeah, I have a huge hammer. Oh no, I had a very bad joke in my mind with that captain. That would end up bad if I said that. Oh no. Is Torineesan a dudette? Yes, I'm a dudette indeed. You mean a spear? And I'm good with poking it. Oh no. Good old Simpsons. Great to see a fellow worshipper of great trolls each. Pokey poke. Teeny Miner. Hi. Welcome, happy to see you. How are you doing today? Sorry for the late join in, but I'm here now. You're in the perfect timing, although I'm apparently opposite of you. Oh, Emperor, I'm not going to survive this stream. It's been a while since I heard someone quoting the rules of the internet. I know. Good old rules never get old. They never get old. Slanesh will be pleased. Or Zeet. Both of them. Good night, Albu. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. Sleep well. The video will be up on YouTube afterwards, so don't worry about it. Pick your poison. I always wondered how is Imperium of Men in 40k keeping up their number. Probably some Tyranid secrets research. I was wondering that too. I guess they have just very good birth rate or something. I don't know. Another potential starting faction is
rock for the Lizardman. He starts with Lord Croak, a floating magic nuke button. Yeah, true. Okay. We can continue the video. The ad on Twitch has finished, so we can continue the video.
The High Elves, meanwhile, do their best to fight battles that affect every race, not just their own. They've helped to train humanity and trade with nations all over the world. They saved Bretonia before, although admittedly they were mostly just there to protect the
Wait a second, why did they save Bretonia? What did I save them? And time to screw up? No problem, Oscar. Thanks so much for stopping by. Appreciate it. Bye-bye. I saw a video of someone calculating all of the Imperium's forces numbers. That's a lot of calculation, dude. So, if the Imperium is based on Romans, and consider what the Romans did, I wonder if the Emperor ever had a spear fight. It was mind-boggling numbers. 40k has a lot of less fighting than people might realize. Really? I thought that it constantly has fights there, like, all the time, because of the frickin' nids. For probably for bragging rights? Probably. Because there are extra bodies between them and chaos? True. Because an incompetent tool is still a tool. Okay, I see what you did there. I actually wrote down the numbers. Oh no. Yes, but the 40k Imperium is massive. True, it is massive. Elves, right? Yeah, they need their ego, okay? They just need to boost it a little bit. It has many fights, but it's spread over many years. Oh, true. Yeah.
Stone. Of course, with that being said, those Swaystones exist to keep all of reality from crumbling into the realm of chaos, so once again, their efforts are frequently the only thing keeping the world from ending. If you like playing as the good guys, can't do much better than the High Elves.
Yay!
I mean, their primary colors are red, white, and blue. Of course they're the good guys.
Exactly,
No
they must
country
be
with
good
red,
guys.
white, and blue on their flag has ever done anything wrong.
Yeah!
Well, I let everyone think on that wonder of a sentence, let's talk about the pros of the High Elves in gameplay terms. For starting positions, you get the whole spectrum of difficulty when starting out, depending on how sweaty you're feeling. Alarielle is my personal favorite, and probably the easiest. Yeah, she's got to deal with both Nakari and Dark Elves who are potentially wielding the Sword of Cain, but they can only come from one direction, and it's still pretty simple to handle them. Just win an ambush battle in front of the gate, and you'll probably be fine going forward, at least in the early game. Tyrion's also easy enough, but he's got to deal with Noctilus, and he seems to have gotten a lot more aggressive since Warhammer 2. Eltharion can be hard to handle with his split-focus start, but it's pretty fun, and he's got more opportunity than anyone else here.
That sounds overwhelming to me. That sounds scary to me. That really depends on the writing. We have had a stupid amount of wars just in M49 and 40 this 5,000 years. The galaxy is very big, so large parts are probably conflict-free for centuries, if not millennia. There are a bunch of worlds that don't even believe aliens are real. Oh, so basically what you tell me is that there are just small sectors where there is constant war, but the big planets are fine and they're happy and having good times. I was wondering how the frick do they have all the kits for the Marines. I wonder how that works. How does the Imperium grow if that is under the realm of and control of Slaanesh? Do you have a priest like bless the room, or have people outside to make sire you don't go too crazy? We don't question that. These are taking into account the estimated average based on lore accounts. Oh my goodness. The High Elves have an entire big landmass to themselves, and also a few expedition lords if you don't want to be stuck on a donut island. But donut island sounds fun! I wouldn't go as far as say happy. Well, as happy as I can be. Also, hi the thing. Welcome. Happy to say how are you doing today. It's me, Luna. Hi, welcome. Happy to see you.
Alethanar starts about 5 feet from Malekith's doorstep, so have fun with that. Henrik has about 30 turns before Grimgor Ironhide is knocking on his doorstep. And Teclis? Good fucking luck, Teclis. This also means
Why Teclis bad? What? What's right? I don't...
Me no understand. Why Tecla's difficult? Chat explain, and then in comments also guys explain. Why Tecla's difficult?
It's just a difficult campaign. You didn't saw the fly. Wait, let me try again.
He has wait, yeah, he has. Teclas is the red one, right? So 1, 2, 3. Is he surrounded? Is he just surrounded by everything? Hi, Cheka, welcome. Happy to see you. Love Brock, thank you so much for the hat pads. Thank you, thank you.
He is right next to a lot of Tomb Kings and a good amount of Skaven and Demons. Oh, Orcs, Chaos, Tomb Kings, and some more. Let's go. The whole party is here. I see. Wherever Teclis goes, the Thunderdome of Warhammer seems to follow. Oh no! He about to get his bones rattled just a bit. I see. Okay, so he has everything.
Good fucking luck, Teclis. This.
Wait, I want to see this
Teclis?
paint little thing.
Good.
LOL.
Fucking luck, Teclis. This also means you have a wide variety of enemies to fight with the High Elves. Sure, whichever campaign you pick will have roughly the same enemies each time for that campaign, but if you're sick of fighting Dark Elves and Pirates, just play Eltharion instead of Alariel or Tyrion. If you want to fight against Orcs and the Undead, play Imric. If you want to fight everyone ever all at once and love crushing your genitals with a rock, play Teclis.
Well, if you want to kill and fight everyone, here is Teclis for you.
Everyone will want to kill you.
Speaking of the Undead, you should join my Project Zomboid server, which I will put the details of in the pinned comment. Yeah, that.
Guys, did you hear him? Join his Project Zomboid thingy. Go. Do it. Now.
That's right, I'm plugging video game time right in the middle of the video. Half you click away by the time the video is over, I see those analytics, now it goes right in the middle. Anyways, back to elves. As a final bonus...
Okay, I understand. If you want to cosplay as High Elf, but feel like a Dark Elf Teclis. Real and boys, Skaven before lightning, then animal like a Freyr Kakko.
I refuse Torina once, mother.
How dare you, potato! Also, thank you for 100 biddies, I appreciate it. Thank you.
For most of the starting positions, Ulthuan doesn't have any of the crisis scenarios spawn on it, so you can just sit pretty while the world burns around you. Very ill.
You know what? I just have this meme in my head. This is fine, and this is just being elves. This is their life. This is fine, and just everything burns in behind.
Once again, Teclis is absolutely screwed when it comes to this, since if you made it that far into the game, there's decent odds both the Orcs and the Black Pyramid are your neighbors. But as has been discussed,
Teclis.
if you're playing a Teclis campaign, you're probably there for the sheer thrill of getting the shit beat out of you. To get into...
Oh no!
I see who plays Teclis. Okay. I understand.
It's ironic because Teclis has a lot of diplomacy mechanics, but you are forced to play him like a Doomslayer. No. Pretty sure Project Zomboid is the one with that bug of a dog just gaining a human body and jumping a fence in a human fashion before turning back into a dog. I don't know. I never played the game. I only saw some gameplay, but I'm not into zombie games, so yeah. These elves are just chilling on the island. Just chilling. Personally, I play Teclis because he's the best High Elf. I see.
Mechanics, the Asur have all sorts of shenanigans you can pull to make their campaigns easier. Influence, for example, can be a major help so long as you remember that it actually exists. If you have enough stored away, just pump all of it into having friendly relations with whatever faction you want, and they'll happily be your best friend.
Yay! We can make best friends by fours! The best way!
With neighboring elves but aren't on quite friendly enough terms? Influence makes them all too happy to change the colors on their flags to yours. Want to ally with the forces of Chaos or the Skaven? Not exactly very high elven of you, but enough influence can help you out with that.
You can still do it if you really want. I play Teclis too, but my favorite is Morathi, so there is that. No zombie game, sweeps and dark tide. I will try it. I will try it at certain point. But yeah, zombie games are not my thing most of the time. Can also make people be friends with each other and the opposite. Oh my god, we can make everyone be friends. Can we be friends with dark elves? Is that a possibility?
Alternatively, is there a strong enemy you aren't quite ready to face yet, threatening to take you down? Spend influence to make his neighbors hate him, and swoop in to finish him off as he's distracted by two
Makes sense
fronts.
too.
To help this out,
You shouldn't. Makes sense. It's very, 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 very hard, but go for it, so you can do it. Yes, High Elves evolve around court politics like a drama show. Do you want to be friends with Dark Elves? Like, do you really want that one year resume? It's a good question. It's a good question. No friendship with Druki?
out, whenever you form a trade agreement with someone, you can see inside their lands, which can help you be even sneakier with it. Maybe you want to be friends with someone for now, but either want to curb their growth or declare war on them later. Keep their relations with their neighbors in the red with influence, and you'll be sure to have an easier time going forward.
Oh, so basically, we're being like a little manipulator. We become friends with someone, then we make everyone else hate them, so when we're not their friends, everyone will attack them. Oh, that makes sense. I forgot the percentage, but it's like 3% of the total Imperium worlds. You can be friends with someone called Druki. It sounds evil. Okay, it does sound evil.
Influence can also be used to recruit more powerful lords and heroes. The more influence you spend on the character, the better the trait they're gonna have. Even the cheaper traits are usually pretty beneficial, and it plays into the whole courtly gossip vibe the Esser have going for them. Their buildings and economy are also solid. Now, I'm unsure if the old High Elf economy...
I like green plus numbers. That's my favorite type of numbers.
The Warhammer parasocial experience. Yup.
cheese works any longer, so I can't comment on whether or not that's still viable. That being said, I really don't care for pointing out methods to break the game as a pro or a con, unless it's something that just naturally happens during gameplay, and recruiting 500 heroes with the same money-making trait isn't exactly an accident. What I do know is that their main money-making building is solid and produces tradable resources. Their entertainment buildings also make money, and they have ways of boosting the income of both those and ports with other buildings. Pro tip, you live on an island, and the first few provinces you have outside of Ulthuan are probably going to be on the coast. You're not exactly short on ports. Once your economy gets rolling, it's probably not going to falter, short of either losing entire provinces at once or you having recruited entire armies of dragons. Speaking of their
dragons.
armies, you might wonder how they perform on the battlefield, and absurdly well is the answer. This is all in hard difficulty for campaign and battles, by the way, just as a reminder. I do not care for the hardest difficulty turning Skaven slaves into chaos warriors. Their basic units are some of the best in the game, relative to their cost and how soon you can unlock them. Forming a spear wall and then having archers behind them is a tactic that can carry you from turn 1 to turn 50. Once turn 51 rolls around, it's as simple as replacing the spearmen with Silver and Guard, and archers with Sisters of Avalorn, which are both the same thing, but better. Let me tell you about the Sisters of Avalorn. They're basically firing lightsaber bowcasters at the enemy. What you want to do is have at least 4 of them in your army, and have at least 2 firing on the same target. Watch as its health becomes a thing of the past, and bask in yet another resounding elven victory to add to the pile of them. That's not to say they're a one-trick pony by any means. Swordmasters of Hoeth are going to cut their way through most units in the game, assuming they're properly supported. Their cavalry is also solid, with Illyrian Reavers being some of the fastest light cavalry in the game. If you need some archers dealt with or want to harass the enemy from behind, you can do no better. Silver Helms, meanwhile, are the epitome of mainline cavalry, and in fact they were the very inspiration for the Bretonnians' obsession with horses.
Ah, I see. So that's why we have Bretonnians. Dragons and birdies! Oh, pretty sure I pulled them from several sources and they all seemed to estimate between those numbers. Those archers are the reason why I don't like fighting elves. I can see why. Classic elves all so dramatic. Well, they have to be dramatic. That's how elves are.
Why settle for cheap knockoffs when you can have the original? And of course, when all else fails, just throw a dragon at the enemy.
Well, if the archers fail, and the spearmen, and the swordmen, and the cavalry, you have a dragon. Yeah, you just throw a dragon there. Elves have heightened emotions. Oh, I see. Those archers are the reason why I love playing as elves. And tea and galore, yes. High elves can kill anything in a 1v1, but later on you'll rarely run into fair fights. I see.
Got 3 different types of beings that canonically can reliably take on greater demons. Mechanically,
Yay!
I prefer to use them to take out blobs of infantry, but they're able to hold their own just fine against other monstrous units as well. Alariel has the added bonus of bringing the Wood Elves 3 units to the fight as well, which is a wonderful addition to the already amazing roster. All of this is to say nothing of things like the Phoenix Guard, Phoenixes themselves, or Chariots.
We get phoenixes, let's go! We get all the good stuff. Mom, my soldier with 200 armor and trained for decades just died by a shiny arrow. Mom! So basically, rage bait an elf enough and you might actually kill them through a heart attack. Lol.
If you want a role on the battlefield filled, you can find it among the High Elves. Don't think I'm neglecting their mages. These are elves, so naturally they have mages.
They must have
one
mages.
for every main lore of magic, as well as high magic. You can also recruit them as lords instead of just as heroes, so you can start spamming Lightning Storm at people right out of the gate if you really want to. You've not only got versatility, you've got the power, especially with the special traits the elves frequently come with thanks to influence. There's also the Lore Master of Hoeth hero, who is a hybrid melee caster hero. He's got lots of targeted spells to help him snipe characters with, and once you give
Snipe! Bender Rodriguez Miller, hello, welcome. Happy to see hi today. Hi.
him some special items and level him up a bit, he can take on even some of the weaker legendary lords. And for the single solitary thing Teclis has going for him, he's the best caster in the game. Once he's leveled up, he gets an arcane phoenix mount and can spam chain lightning.
He got a phoenix mount! Awesome! The fire mage can get a dragon mount, if I remember correctly. Nice! I have the power!
And anything that pisses him off. He gets the passive skill from every single mainline lore of magic, spells from each, and in general, he's not going to be losing the magical game against any other army. Even Mazdamundi and Lord Croak don't offer the same level of magical BS that Teclis does. Alariel also has a great magical game, but hers mostly revolves around the lore of life and being one of the best healers there is. Very useful, but not as fun to talk about as Teclis deciding the entire enemy front line needs to be on fire.
Okay, so we have super duper healer and we have someone who just decides, yeah, you should not be here. I see.
And really, the best thing I can say about the Asur's military is that when everything is working in tandem, there's not a whole lot other armies can do to keep you down. When your melee troops keep the enemies occupied while your range units and mages tear into them from behind, while the cavalry and dragons keep the enemy range units in check, the High Elves may as well be unbeatable. The Ancient War Machine is unparalleled by anyone else once it's ready to go, so if you like playing the long game and armies where everything can nicely click together, these guys are definitely the choice for you.
It's just perfectly balanced! Ah, I love it.
Of note is that their legendary lords are absolutely spectacular. Tyrion beats the shit out of anything that looks at him funny. Once he's on his mount, he goes from a melee beatstick to a heat-seeking missile. Teclis and Alariel, as I've said, are mages extraordinaire, and while I rarely play Imric, he's got a dragon mount.
He has a dragon! That's all I needed to know. Unbeatable, I've yet to meet an army that doesn't bow down to artillery.
Alone makes them stand out. So
the highest level Phoenix can also make 2 fire tornadoes each. Wow, that's good. That's why High Elves are good starters. They are very powerful, yet not too much or many to command. Imric has all the dragons. Yay!
So he's hardly a bad choice, even if the units he buffs are rather expensive. Alethanar and his Shadow Clones aren't my preferred lord, but if you pick him as your faction leader, he gets his unique units available to recruit, which are frankly disgusting to watch do their thing. And lastly, Eltharion the Grim. The smooth brain take on Eltharion is that since he's a melee caster hybrid, he's a shit mage and a shit melee fighter. The correct take on Eltharion is that he's going to beat any dedicated mage in a 1v1, and since he gets a griffin mount, you can just fly away from any melee lord too dangerous to take on and blast his army with spells. And oh hey, would you look at that? He has the spell Apotheosis, a healing
What's
spell.
that?
But surely there's no way he can be at least decent in melee. Everything needs to be about min-maxing. If you can't solo an army with him, he's just a shit legendary lord. I say to hell with that. Just go watch his trailer again and then get pumped to start another campaign.
Not everything has to be a one-shot min-max damage, come on. Hello there, Andrew, welcome. Happy to see you hiding today. Imrik has several dragons, as in, wait, I have to scroll up. As in he can make armies made only of dragons. Yes, I heard that. I have yet to meet one that can outsmart a bullet. Oh yeah. Fun thing about High Elves Swordmaster is that they can deflect shots like Jedi with their greatswords. Also, some dwarves of all races can do that too. Ooh, interesting. Interesting. If you play Imrik, you should go east for even more dragons. If I play Imrik, I should go on the Pokemon hunting and grab all the dragons. Yes.
Story of Rest will never fall because Batman is going to beat the shit out of any greenskin
Yeah.
caught jaywalking within his borders.
You call this resisting arrest? We call this a difficulty tweak.
Lastly, the Sword of Cain. Any of the elf factions can draw it, be it the Wood Elves, Dark Elves, or indeed the High Elves. But unlike the other factions, you're the one whose homeland it's on, meaning that at any moment in time, you can decide that public order and diplomatic relations are for losers and pull that son of a bitch out of the stone. Have a wizard 1v1 Archaon and win. That's just what the Sword of Cain lets you do. And if you give it to Tyrion, you don't need an army anymore. If anything, just recruit a bunch of missile units and bolt throwers.
So that's why anyone can have the Sword of Cain. We call this difficulty tweak PTSD. If Tori plays Imrik, she should close the game and go for a walk. Why? I want my wagons.
Tyrion will kill half the army, and the missile units get the other half. Though do be careful, because while other elves are the only ones who can draw it initially, anyone who defeats the wielder can pick it up. You don't want Grimgor getting his hands on that thing. But though I love them so, I am not so blinded by my inclination towards elves that I cannot see they still have some flaws. More first as we do. Yeah, I'm struggling here. I am struggling to find more downsides right now. Maybe I am.
Wait a second, he must simp a little bit further. Give him a moment. Imrik can be one-man army as well, and he doesn't need to grab the Sword of Cain for it. It helps, but not necessary. This is the equivalent of launching nukes. You can do it, but once you get going, everyone hates you, and the killing will only increase more and more. There was a time when I was playing Empire where I have 8 Musket, 2 Outrider, and grenade launchers. The other 10 units were all artillery. Oh my goodness, that sounds scary.
I guess that it's worth noting the elves are a dying race, as all elder races in fantasy settings are. So, you know, you've got that uphill battle to deal with. Well, that means a lot less in Total War compared to the tabletop. Their casualty replenishment isn't even that bad. Although if you really want me to be as fair as possible, I suppose it can be a bit obnoxious.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to understand what I'm looking at right now. I'm a bit confused. There's downside to elves. They're insufferable, arrogant pricks who think they're better than everyone else. Of course they are.
How aloof they come across. Yeah, they are objectively better than everyone else in every way, but they could stand to be a bit more humble about it. The smithing building even has a funny line about it. They say elven smiths are unmatched. They, of course, being the High Elves. Good stuff. And sure, I guess you could say that most of the elves are rather selfish and arrogant.
Hello there, John Luxus. Welcome, happy to see you. How are you doing today? Looks like work of Zenith. It does. Maybe I am an elf? How arrogant are you out of 10?
Again, looking down on all other races as beneath them. But look how tall they are. Everyone else is beneath them. It's just the facts. So what if dwarfs build better holds and have better beer and drink? So what if humans are the ones who usually decide the fate of the world? The dwarfs never come out of their damn holes, and it's mankind who usually puts the world into jeopardy in the first place. Just look at Nagash. He's all human. And before you say...
Excuse me? If elves are so good, why are they a dying race and the human aren't?
They're just very depressed, so they're not necessarily fit to have children, okay? They got beat by the dwarves. Details.
That it was elves who taught Nagash magic, consider that those were dark elves, and the High Elves have done nothing wrong ever. Except for Kalidor II. He was, to put it gently, a colossal mistake of an elf. And yeah, I guess you can infer from the fact that the elves find temperate regions to be unpleasant climate, you can technically say that they're a bunch of stuck-up whiners who can't handle anything.
What is a temperate region? What does this mean? They're above living. They got beat. Yeah, they're just above that. If you know Invoker from Dota 2, there's that. No, I don't know Dota 2, unfortunately.
Short of the Garden of Eden.
Temperate like Europe here for us. Oh, okay.
To live on. But let me ask you something. If you lived in paradise for most of your life, then suddenly had to move to the middle of the Midwest, how well do you think you'd fare? I'm willing to bet you wouldn't like things much either. Checkmate, non-elf enjoyers. So now that we've determined the High Elves are completely perfect in all ways lore-wise, let's talk about their gameplay downsides where I actually can't just ignore the negatives.
Number is warm and cold areas with trees, not tropical, not frosty. In the war, climate affects how you'll fare in regions. The elves are picky, so expanding everywhere isn't very feasible. I see.
First off, Ulthuan itself. It is isolated on account of it being in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, which means threats take a while to come to you, and you'll see most of them coming at least a few turns in advance. The flip side of this is that it takes your armies several turns to get anywhere once you've secured the homeland. This is something that'll haunt you well into the game, because even once you have a solid hold outside of Ulthuan, it'll take some time for those places to properly grow into their own major settlements. Even as you're expanding, this means that for some time, Ulthuan will still be where all your armies come from, and it'll take a while for reinforcements to properly make it to the front line.
Why are they so slow? Hello there, Beer Obobo, welcome, happy to see you, how are you doing today? The elves only live in terrain conducive to producing high-quality methamphetamines. Oh my goodness. Distances in general, I see. Well, expanding everywhere is necessary, but it's penalized in areas that aren't habitable. Elves are slow breathers, but long livers. Cause ocean? Oh, that makes sense, yeah. I guess I don't like swimming.
And given that you're in the center of the world, it means that you'll have threats on all sides eventually. Now, in all fairness, a lot of the people surrounding you are, if not your best friends, then people you can at least form some non-aggression pacts with. Mazdamundi isn't the kind of neighbor I'd want to have, but he
The Immortal Empire trailer, Tessios was the only elf in there because he's the only non-racist elf in existence. And the other elves, despite needing the help, were too good to ask for help, of course. Climate is the game's way of limiting world domination. Oh, okay. Originally, they had a predetermined set of cities they could capture. The environment is sort of the same, but feels more reasonable. Oh boy, my laptop does not like Twitch. Whoopsie!
Usually stays in Lustria for a while. But if you don't make sure to get the ball rolling...
Sometimes they instead beat the shit out of each other and Linzer kills Balkor, but it is advised to not look that gift horse in the mouth.
Reasonably quickly with expansion, Malekith and the forces of chaos are going to be beating down your door from multiple different angles.
As always,
if you
yes.
don't have at least one province in Nagaroth by the mid-game, because otherwise it's going to be a game of constant defense against invaders. That is to say nothing of Imrik, who gets to share his space with Grimgor, the Chaos Dwarfs, the Undead, and more. And Teclis, of course, but him being surrounded by people who hate him is just a given at this point. Also, you know how I said the High Elf economy is solid? I might have told a slight fib, because while your economy is good in a vacuum, it's also feeding the hungriest military-industrial complex in the world. Your units are very expensive to...
Not the red numbers! I hate red numbers! Those are the worst numbers!
The only good high level is Alariel, if you know what I mean. Teclis is also kind of fucked lore-wise. The whole Phoenix King storyline around Malekith and stuff is just ugh. Skaven can live in most places except a few. Makes sense. Well, the Angron is underground everywhere, exactly. Turfs can live everywhere. Ooh, turfs can live everywhere. That sounds awesome. Also, hi, Falanker. Welcome. Happy to see you.
Maintain and recruit. Your standard spearmen might be able to outfight the empires every single time, but there are also several hundred more gold to purchase. To top it off, your buildings cost an ungodly amount, and unlocking new tiers of research takes a pretty penny as well. It doesn't get any better as you march up the unit tree, with new units naturally costing much more. Dragons aren't cheap, you know, but God only knows why from a lore perspective. My guess is that their upkeep is for the massive amount of food you need to keep them fed, but for all I know the dragons could just be demanding all that gold to pump it into shitcoins or something. Influence can also be a tricky thing to get. The most reliable way to get it is with the High Elf noble hero. His settlement action is gaining influence, rather than sabotaging walls or just butchering people. The issue is that you don't get a whole lot at once. If you aren't playing as a Lariel who reduces the cost of influence, it won't even be enough for a single relations action, especially since the more you use it to mess with people's opinions, the more it costs. Otherwise, it's up to one of two things to get influence. One is winning a battle and choosing the option to get influence and money, which fair is usually the option I go with. I say this is less reliable than the hero because it's easy to say just win a battle until 10 doom stacks show up outside your front door. 2 is good old random events, and the options to gain influence result in a penalty, such as a public order reduction, trade income reduction, or just flat out costing you some cash. Though there are flip side events where
my money! The Skaven are like potatoes. They'll live with little to no habitability, but they'll spread like a weed. Yes. I repeat my point. Tomb Kings just keeps the economy part of the game. I know, but I must learn. Mind you that in TTW, Warhammer expensive and high tier doesn't always quote better or stronger. Ooh, I see. Okay. Skaven isn't immune to their own corruption. They are special that way. Yes. You get a lot of enemies, so you must conquer for money to make big armies, but most of your stuff is on Donut Island, and everything is expensive. All this info may be irrelevant soon. Once the new DLC is out, they are likely to change because High Elves are part of it. No! I must learn! If they change High Elves, how am I supposed to learn? No!
you spend influence for a positive result. Now, I don't dislike this, but it's still a con to keep in mind, since if you don't have any influence, you can find yourself forced to take on penalties, since the beneficial options require a resource you don't have. Compounding on this is that while spending influence on lords and heroes gives you a good trait, spending no influence gives them a negative one. So if you want to expand your armies with lords who don't suck, sooner or later you're going to have to dip into the influence pool.
I see.
If you're like me and don't spend influence too often, this isn't an
audio on the mic or the video? Oh, the video this time. Freaking hell. I'm gonna toss this motherboard outside of the window one day, I swear. I swear. Hi, Chica, welcome. Happy to see you. How are you doing today? Gotta go have a house chores. No problem. Good luck with your chores. Hope it goes well. Crunch Warp Supreme Audio. I hate it. Well, soon is maybe 2-3 months, almost certainly at least 1 month. Not much time, not much time. Okay, let me try to fix it. Is it this one? I don't think so. No, it's not this one. Don't joke like that, Chica, because I actually may have a scammer who is trying to do exactly that. Hi, stranger.
I have been
welcome. Happy to see you. How are you doing today?
Have at thee, lol.
I've been challenged. Have at thee. Thank you for 200 BDs. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. This won't be released for at least 1 or 2 months, so no worry, story. I shall still cry. We'll see when it comes around. Yeah.